Hello everyone, this is Daisy coming at you with my first process video ever. I'm just showing you that I'm going to be working with the Stuck Sketches September sketch. Um, and I'm really excited to play along with this. Showing you my photo there, it's a photo of my son and our second puppy that we just got in February. I have been on a little bit of a kick to try to get more scrapbooking pages of my son completed because I tend to do more girly pages as I am more drawn to the girly products, I guess. Here I was going through my scrap bin. I have a gigantic scrap bin that's off to the left hand side there that I'm going through looking for little pieces that I can use. I'm also using a Glitz design paper, the brown stripes. That's from my stash. I've had that for quite some time now. I've decided to challenge myself and try to use more of my scraps and my stash. Here I have decided to use that triangle paper that's from the Pebbles collection by Jen Hadfield, the homemade best of from Michaels. I have to say I'm not very impressed with the paper quality of that paper, but you get a ton of it, and as long as you use some other cardstock behind it, it's fine. That polka dot paper there was from My Mind's Eye, cut and paste, I believe. And I'm just choosing to use that as a kind of frame around the photo. This photo I printed with my Canon selfies, you can see over on the right there. And it printed a little bit crooked. I think I must have had the cassette loaded a little bit strange. That star paper, I cannot remember where it's from. It, I'm pretty sure it came from a Scraptastic Kit Club kit, which I belonged to for a few months in 2014. That yellow paper I'm using right now, that paper is a Scraptastic exclusive paper. And here I'm just working on my layers. Now in the sketch there is a circle, and if you go over to my blog you will see the last 3 layouts I believe I've done have had circles in them, and I hate using circles. I don't know what it is, I don't know why, but every time I use them either the circle looks like it's not perfectly cut, or it makes everything look off balance, and I just hate using circles. So in these last 3 layouts, I've been working on ways around so that the circle is represented and yet I don't have that, perfectionism freak out where everything looks off to me. Now I'm still going through my scrap bin. I'm trying to look for another layer. I want to pull in another color along with the yellow and the brown. And I was thinking on the background, the little triangle Jen Hadfield paper, there's a triangle showing that's a teal color. So I was looking for something to match that. And here you can see I'm going to be using this paper. And I believe this is from a Studio Calico 6x6 paper pad. It matches the color perfectly. I'm going to go back and forth a little bit on it. Still looking through, trying to find some cut aparts that I could use as embellishments. Wasn't really sure how I wanted to embellish this page because I don't really have a lot of boy type embellishments. So here I'm going through my 6x6 paper stash to see what I have, see if there's anything that will go with this. And I really like that teal color paper I just put down there, and I think that's the one I'm going to go with. I believe that's by October afternoon, but I'm not 100% sure. I have had that for many years. And I'm just pulling out a few papers to see what I think will work with this. Sorry for all the kind of dead video time. I was working on editing my video and thought that I might need some time for the voiceover, so I thought that I would just leave in a little bit of time for my speaking to catch up with the video. Here I decided to use this paper, and I'm not sure where this paper is from. It's got a yellow and like a white gesso kind of look on it over some newsprint. And I decided instead of having a circle in the background that I would just use a regular pencil and draw a circle, and I just traced the one that I have over there on the left to get kind of a straight circle, and then I very loosely traced around it. Here you see me cutting up a piece of that teal paper. Sorry about the pause in the voiceover. I had to check to see if my kids were home. So here you just see me layering up my paper and starting to glue things down. I used part of that teal paper that I had pulled out that I believe is October Afternoon as a layer behind my photo square slash circle. And now I'm just layering up that teal Studio Calico paper behind my photo and cutting it down because I wanted to use it more as a mat, not so much a layer. Here I wasn't sure if I was liking that background paper. It's very dark for me, and I decided to see if I would prefer it on a white background. But nope, I'm going to stick with this one. Now this fun foam is adhesive on one side, and it is sometimes a pain in the butt to get it to go on straight. Like it sticks really well to wherever you put it, so just saw me struggle with that. And I'm popping up both my photo and then the square cluster or paper layers underneath it. I just felt that it would give it a little bit dimension on this page because I wasn't sure how many dimensional embellishments I was going to be using. So now I'm liking the way this is going, so I think I'm going to start adhering down the papers behind. Oh, I just have to trim some of them down because I didn't want them going all the way to the edges of the paper, so I'm going to trim down this yellow one and the brown one with the stars. Now I'm just adhering things down. My little tape runner there is, I believe it's AdTech is the company. It's the, I guess, generic brand from Hobby Lobby. Now I'm just going to cut off that branding strip because I have committed to using this paper. And here I'm just, continuing to glue down everything. I'm making sure that there's a bit of the yellow and a bit of the brown showing on each side of that teal little piece there because I want to kind of break up the edges. I don't like it when they line up straight. This cut apart is a Scraptastic exclusive, again from sometime in 2014. Those little stickers you saw me playing with are part of a border strip that came from the Echo Park for the Record 2 sticker sheet. I had used it on a previous layout that I made about my son and thought I would try to use the leftovers, but I think it's too dark for this page. This cut apart again is from the Scraptastic exclusive cut aparts, and the flares that I'm looking at, I believe all of them are from Scraptastic, except for that big one that the big pink one, that's from something else, I don't remember where. Now you just see me going through my embellishments. I keep most of my embellishments in a couple of baskets, the ones that I'm trying to use up, so I can just easily pull them up on my desk. I liked that wonderful little cut apart. That's from Recollections paper pack with gold foil, but I just felt it was too big. So here I'm going through this October Afternoon pack of little die cuts, and I'm choosing out that yellow arrow that says rad. I'm going to use that square that I just set down under the flare. It says, I can't remember what it says actually, and then that little yellow and white circle up at the top there. I put down a love this arrow on that cut apart at the bottom, but I'm not going to use that. Here I'm pulling out a few more things. I have those bows from, I think the DIY Studio and the DIY Simple Stories burlap shapes. And I'm going to use 3 brads here, 2 yellow ones from Echo Park for the Record and 1 kind of turquoisey teal one from the Echo Park Getaway. And I think I'm going to use one of those bows. Those are American Craft, but I'm going to end up pulling it off. Now I'm working on these embellishment clusters and remembered that the title is supposed to go down in that corner where I just put the square die cut. And I'm not going to put my title down there, but I still wanted to put something down there to show that I'm following the sketch. So I'm just going to put some embellishments down there. And I actually like the way it looks right now with that flare on there, but I don't end up using the flare. Now I just use a seam ripper to poke holes for my brads, so that's what you saw me using there. And I'm just going to keep working here on the embellishments. Now I had to pop up that black cut apart sheet on some of the fun foam because the brad wouldn't let it sit down flush and I didn't want to poke it through everything. So I just popped it up a little bit. Here I'm stamping the date with some, I believe it's soft granite, Hero Arts inks, and it's very light gray color. And I was just trimming the little knobbies off of the die cut down there. And now I'm using my seam ripper to pierce through to put the last brad. I am not a fan of brads. I don't like popping things through my page very much, so I'm trying to use them up. Now I have been on kind of a spending freeze, so pretty much everything I've been using lately are from my stash. So there are quite a few very, very old items, like that Glitz design paper is from 2010. A lot of the like Scraptastic papers are from kits from 2014. That teal, what I think is October Afternoon layer, that I got from a swap I was part of on scrapbook.com probably back in 2010, 2011. So they're all very old pieces. Now here I'm using the alphabet, the off-white colored alphabet from the Bella Boulevard Love and Marriage Alpha Plus Bits or something like that sticker sheet. And while I was talking, I put down some of the burlap hearts. And I used some yellow pearls, and I have no idea where I got those from. And they don't have a manufacturer on them at all, so I can't help you with where those came from. Now I was just digging through my letters, all of my alphabets, trying to find the right thing. And I'm going to use these little square tile alphas from the Echo Park for the Record 2 sticker sheet. And the title is going to be A Boy and His Dog. And I'm using the tiles for the and his. The dog, I was going to use these basic gray basics alpha, but they were too white. So I'm going to go back to my stash and try to find a different alpha. And I'm going to play around with these kind of coppery brown ones, and they look okay, but I felt like they didn't stand out enough, and I didn't really like the color. It was a little off from everything else. So I'm going to put those back. And I tried some chalkboard thickers, didn't like those. Sorry it's a little off camera here. I was trying to keep an eye on it, but there is some the teal letters from the Creative Agenda sticker sheet. And now I'm still digging for some more. And here I'm trying some craft ones, and these are some kind of cardboard colored ones with like polka dots from the Target dollar spot, but I'm going to end up on these black ones. Now these I have had forever and I have no idea where I got them from. They don't seem to be a very good quality, so it's very possible that I got them from like a dollar store or something. You know, that little cut apart tag said like the best days are, and I wrote precious just because I felt like that photo was very precious. And then down in that corner I wrote Aiden and Hermione, which is my son and dog's name. And that's the end. Here's some close-up pictures. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please come visit me on my blog and follow me on YouTube and on my blog, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.